Today we have a sad announcement. As the title states, we are saying goodbye to a very, 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 very special car to me. My 1988 Alpina B3 2.7 E30 has sold, and I'm pretty sad about it, but I just want to kind of talk about it and update you guys on this car, and then I will go through and do a collection update video because I owe that to you guys, because there's been a lot of stuff coming in lately and some stuff going, and I think people maybe are just not even hard to follow along, right? And I don't blame you guys because things have gotten very intense in the past couple of months. So anyway, this car I really, really don't want to sell. It pains me to see this thing go because this is the nicest and possibly the only B3 2.7 E30 I will ever see. So this car, one of 80 5-speed coupe B3 2.7s, diamond Schwartz metallic, Alpina cloth. This thing is beautiful. If you want full detailed videos of this car, you can find them on the channel. This is the car I flew out to Germany for and got to drive on the Autobahn and got to basically make the trip of a lifetime that produced memories for a lifetime. I got it on my wall, me and this car in front of the Cologne Cathedral. This car is very special to me. I didn't want it to go, but unfortunately, I have to move forward with my business, with myself. I'm not in a position where I can just collect everything. I need to make some money, and I already kind of initiated other cars that need to come over, and there's two cars that aren't going to be in this video because they're still in Europe. Those are another day. But basically, I needed to get those here, and I needed to free up some money, and the intent was E9s would help me do that because the E9s are a little bit more my business side. And this was going to be a little bit of my collector side. But unfortunately, with the market for those, I haven't had any luck. So kind of the next best thing that I could free up some space and money was this. And I had a reserve for it. And if it hit the reserve, it was going to sell. If it didn't, I had to keep it. Not a big deal. And it hit the reserve. A gentleman won this car on Bring a Trailer. I'm not going to talk about numbers. If you want to see it, you can go on Bring a Trailer and you can find all the info on this car and all that. He sent a guy out to look at it, and we basically had a great day. I showed him around the shop, got to show him around the car, and he said, hey, this is like the most beautiful car I've ever inspected, which made me feel really good because I knew what I saw in Germany, I knew what I had here, and I knew it was something special. So he loved it and inspired the gentleman who is a car collector to bid on it, and he won, and it's getting picked up tomorrow, and I'm very sad about it. But it's going to a really good home. He has a few other very, very cool cars. He's going to be a great caretaker for this beautiful car, and he'll actually get to drive it and enjoy it, and that's the main thing. If I can't enjoy it and drive it, and this thing is just way too nice for me, then I think I should go to someone that will. And we already talked. I said, hey, if you're ever going to sell it, please give it to me first. Give me the first shot at buying it back because I would love to see this car again. Because I probably will never see a B3 2.7 E30 this nice. This is literally a showroom car. 88,000 kilometers, all original. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. So it sucks, but the E30 will be leaving us. So, but at least now I can get other cool cars, and I think you guys will find that not really the replacement, because it was never really intended to be the replacement, but basically what will be filling this car's spot is just as special. Maybe not. I mean, I don't know. Alpinas are a whole league of their own, but it's a very special car. Just one last little look over of my baby here. The 2.7 Alpina, which is the M20 2.7. Like I said, if you want to see all the details, you can go on my other videos, but basically a museum artifact car. So beautiful. All original paint, everything. I mean, you cannot go and just find something like this. This is a once-in-a-lifetime car. So that's what really makes me sad about it, because I know that I probably will never get my hands on another one this beautiful. Absolute showpiece. So that's the sad start of this video, unfortunately. But in more exciting news, we can go through and we can do the rest of the tour here. So I think that'll be fun. Before I get into the rest of the cars, you'll notice some new decorations. I've continued the decoration process on the shop. I've added a few things like these banners. So I got a Sport Evolution banner, an M3 E36 banner right there. I got a 911 basically like sinking in a pool, which I think is kind of cool, abstract. Give us a little break from just the nonstop BMW stuff. Ferrari banner, F40. I love F40s. Definitely a dream car. I think that's a really cool banner. Got the E28 M5 ad. Got a M Technic ad. And then we got some Monaco artwork, because that's the view from my hotel room when I was in Monaco after getting this car. That's me with the Alpina right there. That's a nice little M mirror. We got some more Monaco artwork, E9 silhouette, and then some actual really cool racing art pieces, all from Europe. So we have an E9 CSL Nürburgring art, and then that's a 2002 with an Alpha chasing it. Also some artwork, racing artwork right there. I got all these new articles, these old school like BMW articles, Alpina E34 with the Concorde jet in the middle. I'm an absolute nerd for the Concordes. I think those are really rad. And as are obviously E34s. Got some other vintage signs there. M-Power LED light or neon sign. We got some metal shaped BMW homemade custom stuff. This is another Monaco. I also love Monaco. Monaco is one of my favorite places I've ever been in the world. Another Monaco piece of artwork. Then here we got an E9 CSL artwork. This is all like paint. And then I don't think that sounds stupid, but I'm not even sure what that is. Those old golf racer cars. Yeah, look how ignorant I am. Don't even know what's on my own wall. But anyway, some new artwork. But now let's get back into the cars. Oh, and I got these Alpina stools. So I got this red from the United Kingdom, red and silver, and you got the Alpina on it. They're really nice paint, hard to see. Leather seats, and yeah, those are cute. But let's continue on. So, what should we start with? Oh, we'll start here. This is the 840 that has the blown up engine that I'll be doing a little project on, an M62 B44 or an M60 B44. Hopefully, that's the plan with this car, and hopefully 6-speed swap. But we'll see how hard it is to get parts and stuff like that. I may have to turn this into more so just a fix and flip sort of deal, but we'll see. So that's the 840. This is the E9, the Polaris E9 CS from Italy. This is the first E9 that came over, and this is a car that will actually be undergoing a project on this channel. I think I've probably explained it by now, but if I haven't, you guys are gonna hear it here first. But this is the E28, its old engine, as I mentioned earlier on. Before we got to the shop, I put the clip of us at the house. So yes, the E28 with the ITBs, I have unfortunately yanked and stolen her ITB engine. And I've done that because this baby's getting it. So this car, and I'll go full in depth on all this. This video isn't intended to be a crazy long video, but this car is a CS, which is a carbureted E9, and it does not run good. It is long ways from basically being able to sell, and that was the original intent, but the price that was paid for this car and the condition, it's gonna be hard. So I've taken the liberty to basically make this my own. This is gonna be my personal E9 project car, which I think is gonna be really fun for the channel and really cool for me. So the intent is, since this original engine runs really bad, carbs are goofed up, everything leaks, the trans, everything, we are going to just go crazy. Throw in an ITB 3.5, convert to fuel injection, wheels, suspension, hopefully 5-speed swap, because I've been hoarding G265s, and then, you know, all the odds and ends, get windows working and all that stuff. So I know I talked about like a little mini project of getting it back on the road, but we're going crazy with it because I think, why not? I'm gonna do fun stuff on this channel. It doesn't need to be kept original. It's a CS. If it was a CSI, it's a different story. But yeah, so this is going to be a fun little project that you guys can look forward to soon. I'm actually very excited about this. Next is a car that I haven't really talked about on this channel at all because it's not really something that is me. I'm obviously a BMW guy. This is a 1959 Alfa Romeo Giulietta Spider, imported from Europe as well. This car, I don't even want to go too much into it because it's nothing but a pain in my ass. It's on dollies, it looks high in the front, no engine in it, so Had a mishap with this car coming over, and long story short, it's getting a brand new, fully rebuilt engine. So this is for down the road. This is strictly business. I have no intent to keep this. This car is going to be for sale in the future, but before then, it's getting a brand new engine. So I'm not doing the work myself. I know what I know, and this is not one of those things. So went to an Alpha specialist, which is actually close by, which is pretty nice. So he's going to take care of me, get this thing right. Here's the inside. Very, very cool little car. Beautiful car. Fully restored. Paint, body. I mean, it was a frame off. I mean, it literally was, everything has been done. But engine had some hiccups. But that's that really quick. Up here, you guys, of course, know this is the OG corner, basically. My E46 M3 coupe, my pride and joy, up in winter storage, up on the lift. I don't want this car on the ground level because I'm too OCD. I don't want any action going on around it, and I'm not going to touch it all winter. It doesn't need anything. This is my baby. You guys know all about this car. She will be slumbering up here until the springtime. My favorite part about this shop is that I can have my personal joys here, and I can see them and keep them warm and climate controlled the year round, which makes me very, very happy. So that is the M3. You guys will never see that car leave, so don't count on it. Then this, if you could see behind the absolute mess of M30s, this is the E36 M3, my wide body, basically driveway ornament car. End of the season last season, I actually blew out my tire, so she's on a spare here, looking hideous. And I gotta get a new tire for the rear wheel. Actually, the rears need tires all around. The whole car needs tires. Kind of lost my motivation with this car, but you guys know this car. This is, M3, felony form over fenders, Dakar yellow, not factory, but a wrap to match. Magma interior in great shape. This car is the most stagnant car in all of the land. I do not do anything with it. I drive it around as a novelty from time to time. BBS Kirscher wheels. It's beautiful, looks cool. It was a dream of mine. And yeah, it basically serves as a cool little ornament for the shop and summer drives. So this is in storage mode right now as well. But I keep the cover off because I want to look at it and it's not paint like that, so it can get dusty, but whatever. Here we have a slew of M30s. M30B35, M30B35, M30B28, M30B34 with a turbo on it and a 5-speed. This is the E12, as I mentioned earlier in the video. This is the E12's new heart. Basically a already gone through, already built up M30B34 with MSD ignition, fully modded with the CarTech turbo kit. Basically a drop-in and ready to go. Like the harness is already adapted. This would drop right into an E28 and drive like today. In the E12, it might need a little bit more work to kind of mate with the body of the E12, the body harness and stuff. But it's already got the 5-speed. I already got the drive shaft for an E28, air to water intercooler or water to air intercooler. This thing is going to be really, really cool. So this is, it's ugly, but I'm going to throw this in and hopefully we're going to have a really rad E12. So this will be an E12 project that I'll be embarking on pretty soon. Then over here we got the Golf Yellow CSI E9 that I got from Austria. I made a video on this car. Beautiful car, mint condition. This is the fully restored E9 Polaris Silver. So this is a different car from this, of course. This car, full everything underneath, engine bay, interior reupholstered, all new, Alpina wheels. This is a really nice CSI that is business right here. So this will be for sale, but the market's a little swamped with E9s and the market for them in general is not great right now. So I will be holding this car for a bit. And then that right there is the craziest thing in this shop, aside from this. This is the S38 E9. We have to take a brief intermission back at the house because I have filled up the shop, so there's still stuff piled at the house. First car is, you guys know this, the ITB M30 E28. Although this car is currently sitting here as a shell because the M30 has come out. Unfortunately, we have killed this car. Basically, I told the story, and this might come out before the episode of this car, or it might come out after. I'm putting a stock B35 in this, and I'm liquidating this car. I'm getting rid of it. I'm sick of it. I want to recoup the money. No one wanted it with this expensive engine in it, and it's getting a stock drivetrain, and it's going to be on its way. It didn't come out how I wanted it to. I had issues, and I never got it looking how I wanted to, and the body's not nice enough for me, so I'm letting it go. So that's the first car back at the house. Second car back at the house is the E12. The only reason this is here is because right now the shop is currently full, waiting for the Alpina to get picked up. Otherwise, once that is gone, then this will be back at the shop and we will commence working on this car. And then otherwise, we have the E46 M3 that we did our mini series on, sitting outside. Once the E12 is back, this will be in the garage, of course. I've been daily driving this thing while the weather's still been nice. This is for sale. This is the car that had the S54 with the blown engine that I did the mini series on, replacing a new S54 in it. So I made the content, and it's a great car, but I don't need two M3s. I don't want two M3s. So this is more of the buy and sell side of me right here. This car is currently for sale. Not as much interest as I thought would be on an M3, but going into winter time, no one really wants a convertible M3 or an M3 in general. So this will likely be sold shortly though, but that's here. And there's actually an E12 in the woods over there. It's just a parts car. I need the 5-speed out of it and stuff like that, so I'm not going to bother going into it. But in terms of collection cars, or I guess more notable cars, we only got the 3 at the house right now. So now we can get back to the shop. This, you guys also know or very familiar with. This is my 1991 E34 525i that has the S52 swapped into it. I built this car on the channel if you want to go watch the series. ZF 5-speed swap, Glacier Blue on ultramarine blue interior, OBD1 S52, new OZ wheels, which I just put on the car. And yeah, so this car has kind of been stagnant, I will admit. I've been driving it. This is like my daily of all the cars I kind of deal with, just because it's kind of the best setup for road tripping or whatever. Obviously, I took this thing across the country. I fit the new wheels, which are in that video, the update video on my E34s. Inside hasn't changed much. I still need a shift surround, which is absolutely embarrassing. But, you know, I got the cocoa mats, blue interior. So in the queue for this car is actually a supercharger, which I've been holding on to for a long time. I flew to Florida and then flew it back in my carry-on bags, which was hilarious. But yeah, I have a supercharger for this thing. I have the whole kit, a Vortec kit waiting to go on. I've been so busy, I have not even bothered with trying to install it. So in the future, we will be supercharging this just because why not make it more interesting, more fun, before I accidentally sell it, because, you know, stagnant cars don't make me content, and the builds are what I really like. So this is here. Actually, not in this video is the Calypso. The Calypso is at my uncle's. That's the only car I store off-site because typically I don't really change anything about it over the winter. Like, it's just perfect as it is, so I leave it. And it's the poorest condition out of all my stuff, so it just kind of, I shove it in my uncle's garage, no cover, and it sits, and at least it stays dry. But I'm not like super OCD about it like my E46, where like I'm worried about it if I don't have my eyes on it within, you know, once a week or something. So yeah, there we have it. That is the farewell video to my Alpina and an overall collection video on the channel, collection update, because it's been a while. So how many cars do I have right now then? I got 10 in here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10 with the E34. 10 here and 4 at home. So I have about 14 cars, 2 that are already basically accounted for in Europe. So I guess 16 cars. Not counting a parts car, we're at 15. And then once this goes, we'll be back at 14. So I've outdone myself. I've already outgrown my shop, but what are you gonna do, man? So things are exciting. I got a lot of fun projects in plan, fun cars to add. And yeah, I think everything is going good. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this quick little update video. Thank you to everyone that's been sticking around through all these projects and sticking around for the projects to come. Got a lot of fun stuff lined up. So I'll see you guys in those videos. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.